Some F-150 model years look absolutely identical on the outside. Same body, same badge, same interior. But one of them will hand you a $4,000 repair bill within 12 months of ownership, and the person who sold it to you had no idea. Or maybe they did. This isn't just about engines. This is about the entire truck. Drivetrain, electronics, build quality, and what it actually costs to own. 7-year ranges. 3 that will cost you, 4 that will reward you. I'm RJ. Let's get into it. Worst number 3, 2009 through 2014. This is the generation that made EcoBoost popular, and also the generation that taught owners how expensive it could be. Ford proved the concept here, and in a lot of cases, owners paid for the testing. The trucks look great on used lots right now, the prices look reasonable, and that's exactly what makes this year range dangerous for buyers who don't know what they're looking at. The 3.5-liter EcoBoost debuted in 2011, a twin-turbo V6 replacing a V8 in America's best-selling truck. Bold idea, first-generation execution, and the problems showed up in 3 places. Timing chain stretch was the first. These chains wore faster than Ford anticipated, especially on trucks that towed regularly or went too long between oil changes. Here's how it shows up. Cold start, 30 seconds of rattle, then it fades as oil pressure builds. Most owners think it's normal. It isn't. That's the timing chain slapping the guide. That's $1,800 to $3,000 by the time you're done. I had customers with 2013 F-150s at 65,000 miles, showing timing wear that belonged on a 200,000-mile engine. Carbon buildup was the second problem. The early EcoBoost used direct injection only. Fuel never washed the intake valves, oil vapor baked on, building up hard deposits, and the truck started idling rough, misfiring under load, losing power you couldn't explain. The fix was walnut media blasting, $500 to $800. Some owners had it done twice. And here's what most buyers miss. The 5.0 Coyote V8 was also available in these years starting in 2011, and that engine has a completely different story. So this isn't an automatic avoid, it's a conditional one. A 2013 with the 5.0 and a documented service history is a different truck than a 2013 with the first-gen EcoBoost and no records. Know what's under the hood before you make an offer. Good if maintained, dangerous if not. Confirm the engine and check the history before money changes hands. Worst number 2, 2015 through 2016. This is the one most buyers miss completely, and it's the most expensive mistake on this list, because these trucks look completely modern. New aluminum body, redesigned interior, sharp lines. They feel current when you sit in them, and they're priced like a newer truck because they look like one. But underneath that aluminum body, the 2015 and 2016 F-150s are still running first-generation EcoBoost engines. The same timing chain issues, the same carbon buildup. The truck looks like a 2020, the engine acts like a 2012. The aluminum transition added its own layer. Ford had never built an aluminum-bodied F-150 before, and repair costs reflect that. A minor fender bender that cost $800 to fix on a 2014 can run $2,500 or more on a 2015 because aluminum requires specialty tools and certified shops. I've watched customers get repair quotes and drive away because the bill crossed the truck's current value. And here is the part that stings the most. 2015 and 2018 look almost identical from 20 feet. Same generation body, similar profile, close in price if the mileage matches. But the 2018 has dual injection, an updated EcoBoost with revised timing components, and 2 additional years of Ford addressing the real-world problems that showed up in 2015 and 2016. The price gap between those 2 trucks on a used lot might be $2,000. The ownership gap over 5 years could be $10,000. Looks like a modern truck, still has old problems underneath. If you're comparing a 2016 to a 2018, the 2018 is worth the difference every single time. But none of those compare to the number 1 worst year range. This is where things get genuinely expensive, and this is where the most regret in F-150 ownership lives. Worst number 1, 2004 through 2008. This is the year range that has cost Ford F-150 owners more money than any other generation in the truck's history. Not one problem, a combination that compounds on itself and turns routine maintenance into financial decisions you never saw coming. Start with the spark plugs. The 5.4-liter Triton 3 valve, the engine in the majority of these trucks, uses a 2-piece plug design threaded into an aluminum head. When they seize, and they seize regularly after 70 or 80,000 miles, the plug breaks on removal. The tip stays in the head. What should have been a $200 tune-up job becomes a major shop job with specialty extraction tools, hours of labor, and thread repair if the aluminum gets damaged. I have personally watched one broken plug cost $600 to extract. I've sat with the owners who had 3 broken plugs in the same truck and made the decision to stop paying. Not because the F-150 wasn't worth fixing, but because the number on the invoice crossed the line. They drove away. That conversation is one of the worst ones I have in this job. Then, the cam phasers. Variable valve timing actuators running on oil pressure. When they wear, and they wear on neglected oil, you get that cold start rattle again. Bigger engine this time, bigger repair. $1,600 to $2,800. And here's the part that nobody tells you. The same oil conditions that starve the phasers also stretch the timing chain. These two failures arrive together. Combined jobs on a 5.4 go to $4,000. I've seen $5,000 when the chain had already skipped a tooth. At that point, the conversation shifts from repair cost to truck value. Neither number feels good. My rule on 2004 through 2008, you need 4 things before money changes hands. Documented spark plug service before 100,000 miles. A cold start you listen to yourself, not a video the seller sent. A real cold start where you were standing next to it when the key turned. Evidence the cam phasers have been addressed, and a transmission fluid check. Dark brown means it's never been serviced. No records on any of those 4. Negotiate $2,000 off the asking price minimum to cover what's already waiting for you. I see these exact problems every week, and they get expensive fast. That's exactly why I put together a complete F-150 maintenance guide. What actually matters, what to watch for, and what most owners miss on each generation. If you want to stay ahead of these problems instead of reacting to them, links in the description. Now, let's talk about the 4 that get it right. Best number 4, 1997 through 2003. If you're tired of hearing about $2,000 repairs, this is the generation that doesn't do that. No turbos, no variable valve timing phasers, no direct injection carbon buildup, no surprises. The 4.6-liter and 5.4-liter V8s in these 10th and 11th generation trucks are 2-valve engines built before Ford introduced the complex systems that defined the following decade of failures. The plugs are standard design, thread out normally, tune-up is a tune-up. The 4R100 automatic is a proven heavy-duty unit that absorbs neglect and keeps working. Failure modes are known, parts are cheap, and any mechanic anywhere can work on them without specialty equipment or software. I have customers who have been driving pre-phaser F-150s for 15 years. 300,000 miles, original engines, oil changes, plugs at the right interval. The truck keeps going. Not because the owners did anything special, because the engineering underneath doesn't have the complexity that creates expensive failure modes. The age is not the risk. The maintenance history is everything. Find a clean frame, solid service records, and cooling system that's been maintained, and don't walk past it because of the year on the title. Here's what I tell buyers who are nervous about the age. A 1999 F-150 with documented service history is a safer purchase than a 2015 with no records. One of those trucks has 25 years of a known story. The other is a mystery with a modern body. On the used market, Certainty is worth more than youth. Not fast, not modern, almost impossible to kill with the right history behind it. Best number 3, 2017. This is where Ford fixed what they got wrong. And I don't mean a minor tune. I mean the specific engineering decisions that owners and mechanics had been documenting for 6 years finally got addressed. The second generation 3.5-liter EcoBoost arrived in 2017. Revised timing tensioners and guides, improved cam phaser system, and the most important change? Ford added port injection alongside direct injection. The second gen 3.5 uses both simultaneously. Port injection keeps fuel washing over the intake valves the way older engines always did, completely eliminating the carbon buildup that had been costing owners $500 to $800 every 40,000 miles. One engineering change. One of the 3 major EcoBoost complaints? Gone. The 5.0 Coyote in 2017 also received updates. Second generation refinements that addressed the minor tensioner concerns from early examples. And the aluminum build quality, now 2 model years in, had matured significantly. Early fit and finish concerns on 2015 production trucks had been resolved as Ford's workforce became experienced with the new materials. A well-maintained 2017 F-150 with the Gen 2 EcoBoost and 100,000 miles is a truck I'd put in front of any buyer without hesitation. Carbon is not a concern. Timing chain stretch on proper maintenance is not the issue it was before 2017. The ownership experience is fundamentally different from anything that came in the 2 years prior. One thing to carry forward into 2017 ownership: this is still a turbocharged engine. Neglect hits boost engines harder and faster than naturally aspirated ones. 5,000-mile oil change intervals with full synthetic, no exceptions. 2 minutes of idle time after a hard tow before you shut it down. Do those 2 things, and the second gen 3.5 is one of the most capable and reliable truck engines available at any price point. If the price gap between a 2016 and a 2017 on the lot is $2,000, the 2017 is worth it every time. Best number 2, 2018 through 2020. This is where the smart buyers are looking right now, and the market hasn't fully priced it in yet. The 2018 model year brought dual injection to the 2.7-liter EcoBoost, the same carbon prevention solution Ford had put in the 3.5 the year before. If you're considering the smaller displacement engine for better fuel economy and lower cost per mile, 2018 is your start date. Not 2015, not 2016, 2018. The 5.0 Coyote also received dual injection in 2018, cleaning up the one area where the naturally aspirated V8 had started showing carbon concerns on high mileage examples. The 10R80 transmission, now 2 years into production, had matured significantly. Early 2017 calibration complaints about hunting and harsh shifts had been resolved through multiple software updates. By 2018, the shift quality on these trucks was substantially better. One critical note: fluid service history matters enormously on the 10R80. Drain and fill at 60,000 miles with Mercon ULV, nothing else. Check the records and confirm it's been done. I have customers with 2018 and 2019 F-150s at 130,000 miles. Oil on schedule, transmission serviced, no cam phaser rattle, no timing chain noise, no carbon issues, no lights. Running exactly as they should, and showing no signs of stopping. The price gap between a 2019 and 2021 on the used market right now often runs $8,000 or more. The reliability difference between those 2 trucks, properly maintained, is almost nothing. The 2018 through 2020 range is the sweet spot of the generation, and most buyers are still paying a premium to step 1 year newer than they need to. Dual injection across every engine option. Mature 10R80 calibration. Best value proposition in the F-150 used market right now. Best number 1, 2021 through 2023. This is the best F-150 Ford has ever built, and also the easiest one to make expensive if you ignore it. The 14th generation represents the most capable, most refined F-150 ever produced. The 3.5 EcoBoost received more turbocharger and fuel system updates. The 5.0 Coyote carried forward dual injection with additional refinements. The 10R80, now 4 years in production, shifted cleanly and reliably on well-maintained examples. The PowerBoost hybrid option delivered capability numbers no previous F-150 could touch. Sync 4 was a generational leap over Sync 3. Structural updates improved towing refinement and reduced noise and vibration levels that previous generations couldn't fully eliminate. But here's what you need to understand before you buy one. These trucks are more complex than any F-150 that came before them. More sensors, more modules, more software, more systems interacting in ways that require current dealer diagnostic equipment to fully understand when something goes wrong. A 2021 with an electrical issue is not a job for a general mechanic with a basic scanner. The specialization costs money and time. The PowerBoost hybrid system requires certified high-voltage training that most independent shops don't have. Plan your shop relationship before something breaks, not after. Heat management is more consequential than on older generations. The integrated generator, the advanced driver assist hardware, the hybrid systems, all of it generates heat previous trucks didn't have to manage. Coolant service on schedule isn't optional on this platform. Neglect it, and you're risking systems that are expensive to diagnose and expensive to repair. A 2021 through 2023 F-150 that has been maintained on schedule is the best truck on this list, full stop. A 2021 through 2023 that's been stretched on oil, never had the transmission serviced, and hasn't seen a dealer update since it was purchased, is expensive to bring back and unpredictable in what you find. Buy the maintenance history, not just the truck. On this generation, more than any other, those are not the same purchase. And one more thing on this generation specifically. Because these trucks are newer and more complex, the pre-purchase inspection matters more than it does on an older platform. Spend the money. A certified Ford technician with current diagnostic software will find things on a 2022 F-150 that a general mechanic with a basic scanner will completely miss. That $150 inspection is the cheapest line item in your entire purchase. Best F-150 ever built, complexity means neglect cost more than it ever has. If the service records aren't there, negotiate hard or walk away. 7-year ranges. 3 that have cost F-150 owners more than they bargained for. 4 that have earned genuine loyalty. Full checklist for evaluating any of these year ranges. What to ask, what to listen for, what to check for under the hood is linked in the description. If this helped you, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.